Transurfing in 78 Days, a practical course in creating your own reality by Vadim Zealand. If you don't control reality, reality will control you. Introduction. Message to the Master. Once, in the distant past, or perhaps it was the future, it is difficult to say for certain, the universe forgot itself. Nobody knows why. It is simply the nature of universes that, from time to time, they forget themselves. She probably dozed off and could not remember her dream when she woke up. What existed before her dream? The dream before that, perhaps? Maybe the universe was the dream. One way or another, the dream that could not remember itself was transformed into nothing. Could it have been otherwise? Who am I? Nothing asked itself. You are a mirror, mirror, mirror. Reflection responded in a gazillion flecks of light. Who are you? Mirror asked. I am the reflection in you. Where did you come from? I was born of your question. But I cannot see you. I can't even see myself. How can I be a mirror? I am nothing. Exactly, reflection answered. Emptiness is, in essence, the most primordial and infinitely multidimensional mirror of all, because, in the void, nothing reflects nothing. What do I look like? You don't look like anything. Am I big or small? Yes. What do you mean, yes? You are both. You are as you imagine yourself to be. You are both infinitely big and infinitely small at the same time, because infinity and a dot are the same thing. How strange. So where am I? Right now you are in the variance space. Reflection answered. Variance of what? Anything at all. The space also appeared as a result of your question. Everything you think about comes into being, for you are an infinitely multidimensional mirror. To your every question, there exists an infinite number of answers. Why do I exist? To be. What can I do? Anything. The world was created in the dialogue between the mirror, which we call God, and reflection. Welcome, dear Master. I am writing you this message because you are reading these lines, which means you intend to become the ruler of your own world and destiny. In ancient times, everyone was a master, inasmuch as they knew that there are two sides to reality, one physical, the other metaphysical. The masters saw and understood the nature of the mirror world. They knew how to create their own reality with the power of thought. Things did not stay that way for long, though. With time, the masters' attention became locked in material reality. They stopped being able to see and unlearned their power. Nonetheless, their knowledge was not lost. From the depths of time, it survived over millennia to the present day. The sorcerers of antiquity, the knowledge carriers, were able to control reality by the power of thought, because reality is primarily created as a reflection of consciousness in the mirror of the world. Those whose consciousness is limited to a material worldview have to make do with worshiping contrived gods and turning to the services of astrologers and fortune tellers. If you don't want to settle for a surrogate future, at which a fortune teller claims they can take a sneak peek, if you intend to master your destiny according to your own will, you will certainly succeed. Transurfing, universal knowledge of how to shape reality, is designed to help you. There is no magic to transurfing. Magic, as such, does not exist. It is really just knowledge of the principles of the mirror world. The knowledge itself is fairly self-explanatory. In fact, it is so simple and commonplace that it could not count as magic by any stretch of the imagination. And still, Aladdin's lamp looked like it was just a bit of old tin, and the Holy Grail was not made of gold. Everything truly great is unfathomably simple and has no need to show off or hide. In contrast, things that are superficial and of no real worth tend to be masked under a veil of magnificence and mystery. When magic is stripped of its fairy tale attributes and embedded in daily life, it ceases to belong to the realm of the mystical and the unexplained. It loses its fascinating mystique because it is bang in the middle of everyday life. The beauty of the transformation is that everyday life no longer seems dull and ordinary. It transforms into a new reality that can be shaped as long as you follow certain rules. This book outlines the set of basic principles essential to creating your own reality. The Transurfing principles fall into two basic categories, relating to thoughts and actions. When these categories reflect in the dual mirror of our world, they give rise to their opposites. So, on either side of the dual mirror, there are reason, logic, and soul, heart, action, inner intention, and passivity, outer intention. The motivation, thoughts, and actions of the subject being reflected have to be in balance with these four elements. Reason and action relate to the physical world. Soul and passivity relate to the metaphysical world, which is a reality no less objective than its material counterpart. If you only take one facet of the dual world into account, you will never succeed in shaping your own reality. This is why materialists busy themselves overcoming obstacles, which they have basically created themselves, and idealists float about in a world of clouds and dreams. Neither can successfully shape their reality, but you can learn how to. Even if you are unfamiliar with the principles of transurfing, you can complete this practical course in creating your own reality within 78 days. Each morning, read one principle and its interpretation, and try to implement it throughout the rest of the day. The next day, move on to the next principle, remembering to practice the principles you have covered previously. Continue in this way until you have assimilated all the principles consecutively. Of course, this is a relatively extended process, but it is the most effective way of assimilating the principles. Creating your own reality mostly comes down to practice. In applying the principles, listen to your intuition and trust your intuition. Good luck.